And we should be live. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing absolutely splendid on this fine Wednesday evening. We are back with some Train Sim World tonight, and we're going to be on West Coast Main Line, Birmingham to Crewe. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my audios, and I'll be right with you. And this time I'm going to mute it so I don't cough or anything. So, I'll be right with you. Sounds good, and I feel like there's a bit of a decent stream delay there. It's not overly long. Right, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing absolutely splendid. Tonight we're going to be on West Coast Main Line, Birmingham to Crewe, giving it a good old chill bit of go. That makes no sense. Basically, we're going to be driving the layers. We're going to chill out, have a bit of fun with it. So obviously, the early access was kind of just to show you off the main stuff, what you get with it, what you can do. Tonight we're just going to relax, and we're going to consider this kind of like a viewer's choice. So that kind of reminds me actually to do a little poll of what should we do first for West Coast Main Line, Birmingham Crewe. So let me do what should we do first? Should we just do? Do you want to do 350? Do you want to do 390? Do you want to do a 220, a Voyager, or do you want to do maybe a 150/170 run? Go ahead, choose what you want to do. What do you want to see from the route? If you haven't picked it up yet, and yeah, should be a good bit of fun. So, who have we got in the chat tonight? We've got Kelly, Joshua, or Cucumbers, Luke. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, what were we saying about this? Late again. No, I was having some internet-related issues. For some reason, I was getting 20 megabits a second, which is absolutely no compared to my standard 2 to 250. So I was trying to sort that out. So hopefully it's okay. I am planning to move my sort of bedroom/office around to get better Wi-Fi at some point. Do we know when this will start? Now, what I am also going to do is turn the music off, because I love the music for dramatic starts, but when I'm actually trying to talk to people, it's very distracting. Yes, so let me go back to that. Thank you very much for telling you. Except for the stream, Birmingham Crew looks great. Here we go. Yes, how you doing, PB? Luke, Apple Twig, Crazy Ninja, El Barto, TJ, Crazy Great Western. Is that HS1 or in? Is there a better way to pronounce your name? El Barto, hello. I've actually been experimenting with the livery creator and I've made 2 Spanish Metro liveries. Nice. Are we on the PC or the PS tonight? I'm on the PC tonight, but I've got a bit of a PSA to make, and that is a perfect comment to lead into this. So, full disclaimer, tonight I'm on the PC. Now, I'm on the PC. I've been looking at the forums today, and it's upset me a little bit, but I'm on the PC because I don't have any issues with the PlayStation version. Yes, I've been getting a few blurry textures, but I've not been having crashes and whatever else. The reason I don't show PlayStation footage anymore is not because I'm told not to or anything like that. It's simply because streaming from a PC is a lot easier than streaming from a PlayStation. Because Sony have got this funny little thing with the PlayStation 5 that if a game crashes, any game, not just Train Sim World, then it ends the stream. And I have had that happen a few times. Not just on Train Sim World, I've had it on other games as well. I think I had it on Fernbus once. I've had it on loads of different games on the PlayStation, and it completely ends your stream. So I opt to stream from the PC. The PlayStation I use as a way to chill out. As for actual videos on the PlayStation, I stopped doing that once I got a PC because, to be quite frank, recording a video on the PlayStation, and anyone that has a PlayStation knows exactly what I mean. The only way to edit a video semi-decently for the PlayStation is through Share Factory, which is all good. It's great if you've got nothing else, but when you've got a PC and you've got all sorts of editors, makes life a bit easier. So it's much easier to record on the PC, have a file there that I can pull straight into a semi-decent editing software and then make a pretty decent video. Whereas, if I would do it on the PlayStation, I've then got to download the clip to a USB, I've then got to transfer the USB footage from my PlayStation straight through to my PC, and then I've got to then download the footage from the USB onto my computer, which takes another about half an hour or so, because I don't have a capture card, and also the PlayStation is shared between me and my missus, and it kind of acts as our home entertainment system. So because of those factors, that is why I mostly don't do footage from the PlayStation. Not because of we're not allowed to show certain builds or we're not allowed to show the PlayStation and whatever. Nothing to do with that. Simply because it's way more convenient for me to do it. So when I'm seeing these forum threads about the ambassadors are shills and the ambassadors don't do this and this and that and this and that, listen, right? We can say whatever we want. You know, if we don't like something, we can say that. The situation with me is that I provide constructive criticism. However, I hardly criticise because I like the game. I love the game, in fact, to the point that I was saying this way before I became an ambassador. And sure, I may be gifted the content, but if something is not worth the money or whatever else, I will say maybe it could be better if it was a few quid cheaper. I have made these statements in the past. There's certain products when I've been like, actually, this could have been a bit of a cheaper price point. There's been stuff that's come out and I thought that's actually cheaper than expected. So in terms of price, I was a paying customer, and I'm still a paying customer for things like Train Simulator Classic as well. I'm still a paying customer to this day. If I want an older piece of content on the PC, I have to buy that myself. So the situation is, I am also a paying customer, and I have been a paying customer for almost 6-7 years. So I know what it's like, and I know things about money, and I know a thing or two about being precious with money. I have just paid for a wedding. I have just paid from a honeymoon. I rent a house, that sort of stuff. I understand about money, and especially when it's hard earned. So when I see these comments that they're like, well, we get it for this, and they're this and this and this and that, it genuinely upsets me. So I just want to say to anyone who doesn't know me or my content, just because I'm an ambassador doesn't mean that I am any way trying to deceive you or any way, shape or form. Because when I see those comments on the forums, it really upsets me. Anyway, with that said, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's difficult. It's difficult when you see comments on the forums. There's a whole thread about the ambassadors, and I don't want people here to go and attack the people in there. I don't warrant that. I really don't want that at all. I just want to make it clear that I have my opinion, and my opinion is I like the game, and I will say what I want, and I play on the PC for convenience, not because I'm not allowed to show the PlayStation version or whatever else. So, just wanted to say that. Anyway, what are we doing first? I just wanted to get that off my chest. I really felt that was really important for me to say, because I've been seeing the threads all day, and if I'm quite honest, it has upset me. To the point where I've been like, you know what? Do I even bother streaming? Because I'm just going to get nasty comments. But I know generally it's quite positive. But I did want to just make that statement. And yeah. Anyway, what are we doing first? I'm going to move on because tonight I want to have a good stream. Because it was a really good stream on Monday. So got 35 people watching. Thank you all for coming in, and I hope you all understand where I'm coming from with that. Anyway, 42% of you with 24 votes are saying the 150, so or 170. So I'm going to do a 150. I think why not? Why not do a bit of a 150? What bit of 150 action? So I've got to apologise to Kira from All Aboard. On Monday, I didn't have all the layers installed. Do you know what I completely forgot to have? The cargo line packs, and I believe it's cargo line intermodal, which enables a lot of your freight services. So if you have that enabled, you'll have 446. There is still a little UI bug. There is 522 playable services. I've heard that from them themselves. It's just a UI situation that just needs updating. But there is 522 services in there. Right, 150. Let's do a bit of 150 action, shall we? I want to do a Chester service because I'm pretty sure they're 4-car. I think, anyway. I think the Aberystwyth services are 2-car, and then the Chester services are 4-car. So we're going to do that, I think. Why not? Why not, eh? Let's do it. Completely understandable. Morning, Gav, how you doing? Just thought I'd come in and join Richie Rant. Just wanted to show myself before I never seem to show up anymore in streams. No, I understand people have lives, people are busy, and I fully get it. That, if you can't make a stream, I don't, get offended or anything like that. Do you have the ROG 37 on the PC? You know what, I don't, but I will pick it up because it has a lot of funny content. I will. Do you know what? I'm going to remind myself to pick that up at some point because I keep forgetting. And it does lead for some funny content. So I will make sure to do that. Have I opened the right doors here? Yeah, I've opened the right doors. Yeah, there you go. So the Chester services are coupled up with 153s, which is quite cool. There you go. Look at them, stunners. I have PS5 and once the game crash, the game crash wants to spawn a 390 livery. That's a core issue, and that's not great. Crashing's never good, and you know, loads of games do it, but it's the Pendolino is quite a beefy train. How you doing, Scotland's Balls? Hope you're doing well. You were the first to pronounce my username correctly. HSO1 Rin. I'm just going to call you HS1. You've just finished Chester to Birmingham service. The Class 150 is ruined. What do you mean? What do you mean that the Class 150 is ruined? I don't think this is absolutely... There's no issues with this whatsoever. This is... I'm pretty sure this is due to get the new sound as well at some point. This YouTube update is actually fire. You can actually watch and have the chat at full screen. Eh? What do you mean? There is a big update. There's a whole collaborator thing, which those in chat will know. But yeah, there's something coming out. You've just looked on the forums and Reddit, and even I am not an ambassador, but it's warmed up my blood slightly. It's not great. It's not nice to see, and the situation. I must stress here that if anyone here goes there to then spew hate or anything else towards the thread, please don't do it, because I want it to be left now. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it, because it's not great, and then. The situation is, when you hit, how do I put it? People are quick to comment things online, keyboard warriors, all that sort of thing. I wanted to be able to, you know, actually say it for in my own words instead of writing it out in a message, because I feel like you can get better understanding for where I'm getting at, if that makes any sense. Managed to pull together a wacky train of German and UK loco coaches and wagons, and then stuck on a 37, followed by a 390. Yeah, they're quite funny. I do like the ROG 37, so I am meaning to get it. I don't own it on the PC, but I will get it. It's only a $5. I genuinely think that's quite a decent pack. The only reason I haven't picked it up is because I just haven't got around to it yet. But there's some routes for example, some of the routes that you see on the PC that I've got, I've had to purchase them again, because obviously there's. It's not great, but that's not a fault of Dovetail at all. Obviously, whatever you're on the PlayStation doesn't come across to the PC. You have to buy it separately on different platforms, which is the same for any game. For example, I've got Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PlayStation, but I can't get it on the PC. You know, any games are like that. But DLC, for example, Birmingham Cross City, I purchased. Basically, anything that isn't a Train Sim World 5 add-on, I purchased myself. Hey Richie, have you seen the new ICL trains? I haven't. I've not seen them in real life. I've only seen an ICE train once in my life, actually, when I went to Germany a few years back. You have to go for dinner soon, but I'm still going to watch. Nice one. I'm good, thank you, Scotland's Balls. I'm very good, thank you. You appear to have 2 153s behind your 150. I do indeed. You just visited the OG Train Sim World today. Before I'd put theatre mode on or something and would have the video chat and other videos below. There's no more of that. It's now similar to Twitch. Ah! I've not actually looked at that. I'll need to give that a little go. Are you hinting at perhaps an enhancement pack similar to what was done for West Coast Mainline South Bottom Modders? What did I say that has kind of made you think that? Because no, I'm not hinting at that. No, don't be shoving nerds into lockers, please. None of that, please. No school bullying, please. UK is getting double-decker trains. Ah, yes, I have seen that. That's actually quite exciting, isn't it? Eurostar getting double-decker trains. Hopefully it's the start of the beginning. If that makes sense. Start of something new. This could be the start of something new. Anyway. What's that, love? It is. Some services say they expect to take several hours, but it copies the start time. So a service that starts at 11:43 might be expected to take 11 hours. That's a UI bug. It has been noted. It is being fixed in the, pretty sure, the first patch. But if you actually jump into those services, they don't last that long. It's just, it's a bit of an error with the mathematics in the UI. And that's why the UI isn't showing the right amount of services either. It's noted. It's going to be fixed. But don't expect things to be fixed overnight. That's just not how it works. I'm confused why Transport for London changed the timetable between Smethwick, Galton Bridge and Samuel and Dudley. Transport for London? What would they wouldn't have anything to do with it. You're off now, Chocky. Thank you very much for coming in. I want to give a big shout out to Chocky actually, because as much as I don't play scenarios, he's actually made some really good scenarios that I posted on my Discord. So if you want a decent scenario of all sorts of things, what's your most recent scenario, mate? You know, go check out his scenarios on the Creators Club. They're actually pretty decent. Damn, no beating a 90s movie school bully. Double-decker trains make way too much sense in the UK since passenger trains are very limited in length. Yeah, but the issue is we've got a little thing called infrastructure that is basically in the way of it all. If we had a double-decker train, it would just basically plough through all those bridges. Because the issue is the Victorians thought, oh, let's build really low bridges along our train lines, and that's essentially what's happened. And you can't fit double-decker trains underneath anything. I also think that the catenary is too low in across the UK as well. Even 11 car Pendolinos are not enough. True. A 10k Richie karaoke stream. Well, that might not ever happen, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Have you seen the new Chiltern trains? What, the 68s? Yeah, they look pretty decent. I watched Jeff Marshall's video on it. For those that didn't know, I actually met Jeff Marshall at Greatest Gathering. I'm in one of his videos. You about to upload a Blackpool one? I'll see you later. Yeah, no worries. I know that Paul was meant to be doing one of your scenarios at one point. Was it an East Coast Mainline one? So yeah. Bro didn't leave. I'm here. Don't worry. I saw a comment about 6-7. No, I didn't say 6-7. I just did then. We need to be maybe P6 or P7. Oh dear, that's a terrible meme. I saw something earlier which actually made me chuckle a little bit. That everyone was like, "Oh, we don't understand this 6-7 meme. It makes no sense. Kids today are morons and all this sort of stuff." And then I saw a response saying, "I bet you were the one that was laughing at 21 for the 2 years it was popular." And I was like, "Yep, 21." Hi Richie, do you like this fruit? I love. Do you like this fruit? As I love it. The only train I have not done on the route is the Transport for Wales 150 or the steam engines. Well, here you go. Here's a 150 run. If you do the Chester services, the Chester to Birmingham International, you can do 4-car ones, which are quite cool. Yeah, what were I going to say? Yeah, I absolutely love this route. I mean, the situation with this route is that after having that conversation with all aboard studios, it's really opened my eyes to the development processes, and it also, you know, over that hour and 10-minute interview, the actual information that you learn and not actually realise has been put into a route, makes you actually genuinely understand that it's not as simple as putting a train on a route and pressing play. There's a lot more to it. And having that insight from a developer, albeit a third-party developer, has made me appreciate this route even more so. I'm also relatively not local anymore, but I am a Brummie, so it's good to see Birmingham and a different route out of Birmingham in the game. Also, I used to live in Shropshire, and I now have a lot of family who still live in Shropshire, and I often go to Shropshire. So the Birmingham to Telford and Shrewsbury line and services like this one, the 150, which would be 158, or the 170, I'm very familiar with. I also was living in the Midlands in 2019 when I went to uni, and I did catch a lot of these different trains. So for many different reasons, it's quite a sentimental piece for me. And yeah, I've got a little video about that actually, because there's some quite important dates, let's say, coming up for me in personally. So having runs I did when I was a lot younger, and that sort of like nostalgia sort of memory, it kind of hits you. I'm not going to be too soppy tonight because you're not here for that, but yeah, it's basically a long way of me saying yeah, I absolutely love this route because it ticks all my boxes. It really does. I also see we've got a red outside to maybe go on bridge. Take care. Thank you for coming in, Kelly. Much appreciate it. Fun fact, I was on a broken down bus today. I would have sympathy for you, but I once got stuck on an LNER service for 4 hours, and the trip I was doing was meant to be 10 minutes. I believe and researched that UK catenary is around 35mm below standard Europe. There you go. I went to the least used station in Kent on Monday, which was your first ever least used station. Yeah, okay. Infrastructure aside, double-decker standards, double-decker trains should be possible. Wait, hold on. So infrastructure aside, double-decker trains should be possible with the standards. Right, okay, got you. How you doing, Steve? I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing? You've played this route yet? I won't lie. I thought that were red then. How did a 10-minute trip turn into a 4-hour one on an LNER train? So it was around about December last year. I was commuting home from work, which consists of going on an LNER train. And it was when we had some really bad storms. And the line that I was on, just outside of Leeds, a tree had fallen down. And I was about 5 minutes, literally 2 minutes out of Leeds. The journey takes about 10-15 minutes for me, commuting. And yeah, literally got stuck there for 4 hours because we'd started going. And because it was rush hour, all the trains behind me were also coming as well. So they had to clear out all those trains. And then take us back because the tree had fallen on the line and taken down the electric equipment, overhead line equipment. How you doing, Alex Models Trains? How you doing? Knowing it's their first route, I had a feeling there'd be some teething issues at launch. Don't envy them with the situation, hoping it all works out. The situation is, though, from what I've seen, it's not really... I'm not one to point fingers, and the build situation isn't exactly great, but... This stuff happens with console, with not just this game. It happens with quite a few games, but it's not all the board's fault at all. Why visiting it because it's least used? Does it risk it becoming not least used? Yes, it does. It does actually, because you can't. If you bought a ticket to that station, that's what makes it like consider whether it's used or not. Have you seen a Class 91? I've been on a Class 91 many times. You were, yes, yeah. I was wondering. I thought you might have known that. Absolutely knackered. I'm not bad. I'm a bit mentally drained today. It's been one of them days. On the 25th or 26th of January, the trains from London to Peterborough are being diverted through my home station. What, the East Coast Mainline trains? That's going to be very busy, isn't it? Who do I think is going to win Mexico? 4 words for you. Duh, 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 duh. I think something's wrong with the McLarens, if I'm honest. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think any of the McLaren drivers are going to win the championship. If they improve in form, any of the McLaren drivers improve in form, I really, really want Piastri to win the championship. I don't want Norris to win the championship at all. And I don't say that out of any disrespect towards Norris. I say that more for praise of Piastri, because he's a blooming good driver. And he's also, in a sense, playing second fiddle. Also, his manager, Mark Webber, had the exact same situation when he was at Red Bull. So... it would be so funny if he won. And let's be realistic, he's won the most races. Yeah, he's having a bit of dip in form, but you know, it takes a couple of races and he's done it. I really, really hope he wins. Most likely, when ETS or ATS comes to console, it will have like issues too. Oh, of course. I mean, there's been games out that there's been AAA games that have came to PlayStation or whatever else, and they've had day one issues. That's just what happens with software, because that's just how it works sometimes, and bugs happen all the time. There's games now. The issue is, right, with games nowadays, they're so complex. They're way more complex than what they were 10, 20 years ago. So arguably, the more complex a game, the more window of, you know, error, let's say. So, you know, I can bet you Grand Theft Auto 6, which has had £2 billion worth of investment into it to develop the game, will have a bug or two. 100%. And it may have it on day one. 100% there'll be a bug of some kind. I was stuck at a station for around about an hour, and the passenger train in front of me struck a tree. The sprint was funny. The sprint was good when they both got knocked out. Bless me. Dear me. It's also getting to that time of year when I'm getting a cold, which is not great. I'm confused. Why are TfL services between Smoke Bridge and Sandwell and Dudley always changing? How do you mean? When you say TfL, do you mean TFW services? Transport for Wales? Because Transport for London don't run up here. You can't get West Coast Main Line Birmingham to Crewe. Is it because you're on Gen 8? Yeah, well, there's only one suggestion for that, and that's upgrade, because I don't think any games in 2025 should be be put on PlayStation 4. I'm an Xbox One or whatever. How you doing, Sonic Hero? Hope you're doing well. An A400M flew over your house tonight. Do any of you ever like hear a plane go over your house and then go onto flight radar and see what the flight is? Or am I just sad? The only express operators, so LNER, Grand Central and Hull trains, as my local line is unelectrified. I once got stuck in a toilet in an 802 on the way to Cornwall. Oh dear, that's panic inducing. Oh yes, it is. It is Great Western. It's always a good intro, that one. I do that 50% of the time. If I could get, if there was a way to do it, I would have tracked my flight to Canary Islands. I really would have done. Tracked my own flight that I was on. Just finished a fly through Crewe in Stafford with the 390. Right, that leads me to ask, what should we do next? What should we do next? Should we do a 170? Should we do a 323? Should we do a 350? Should we do a 390? I wish there was more options, actually. I'm going to put a do you know what? Actually, I'm going to get rid of the 350 for now. 390. I'm going to do 220. Hold on. 220. Or there we go. Because they're more layers. I'd like to give a 350 a go at some point, but what other layer do you want to see? It's mad that all the base stock you don't really need to use in this game if you don't want to. The only game that is still Gen 8, same as Train Sim World, is COD Black Ops 7. Sometimes I do the same with Freight Radar. Is that a thing? Which island did you visit? Am I at Lanzarote? I'm just going to say it, Lanzarote. My train got cancelled on a 90 or 91 because the cab door wouldn't shut. Yeah, I've had that with the 91s before. You saw the Flying Scotsman in 1994. Wow. I do the same because I live not too far away from Humberside Airport. I heard the S-92 Coast Guard helicopter fly past my house all the time, and it feels like every week. You really want to go on a Voyager? You meant flight radar. I was going to say, yeah, freight radar would be cool, wouldn't it? When the barriers come down at a level crossing, I log on to my tracksea and see what is coming. Is that free, is it? There's one I use. It's called signalbox.io. That's a really good one. You did the 87 rail tour on this route today, and it was a lot of fun. I have done the 87 on the PlayStation. That was quite a lot of fun, actually. What I am intrigued about is that when you come from that way, you only go really onto these 4 platforms, which is quite interesting. Yeah, if you could please, cucumbers, that'd be useful. Now, I'm gonna say, right, be careful at Birmingham New Street, because the other day I was playing this, not live, and I had a little bit of an issue, where I forgot that basically, there you go, at Birmingham New Street there's 2 lots of red signals, and I spadded it because I'm silly. I've not seen anyone do the Class 390 on the route. I'm probably not buying this because the 350 horn doesn't have Doppler. I'm sorry, that's a ridiculous reason not to buy a route, just because the horn doesn't have a bit of echo on it. That to me, I think is a terrible reason, a terrible reason not to buy a route. But if that's your justification, that's fine by me. You got Great Western. I got Great Western Express recently, which means I can get the remaster. You can indeed. Barriers on the level crossing somewhere between Peterborough and Doncaster raised just before a freight train came racing through. Hello Ryan, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Have you seen an 85? No, I haven't. Man needs his Doppler. I think that is, quite frankly, what's the word? Bonkers. To be quite honest, I really do. Anyway, get your votes in the poll for what we're going to do. We've also just had a couple of new subscribers. We're very close to 5.5. That's mad to think about. I mean, when did we hit 5,000? It must have been not long ago. It feels like it was only yesterday that we hit it. September 1st. That's mad, that. Or, you know, almost 2, you know, sometimes it averages around about like 100 to 150 per month. But the growth has been mad. It really has been. So thank you very much for all your support. The one tree is the wrong kind. I'm not buying the route. Yeah, that tree's out of place. That bush isn't on fire. I'm not buying it. Right, what we're doing. So we've got 29 votes in the poll. 30 votes, and I'll decide what we're doing. You're still watching my stream, but I'm also watching Toy Story 2. You've got a friend in me. Do, do, do. You've got a friend in me. Oh, I love that song. What a banger. What an absolute tune. CHUNE. Tune. I'm doing very well, thank you, JD. How are you doing? I was reunited with you earlier, slightly, wasn't I? And then I quickly escaped. Can't wait to drive the 378 to Richmond on the extended Marmay line. That'll be good. I also need to turn my finger down a little bit. Right, 30 votes. We're doing a Pendolino. We're doing a Pendolino. Are we doing a full run Pendolino? That's the question. Yes, I did see cucumbers. I will mention that. Don't worry. I am due to mention it. What are we doing then? Let's tell you what. I'm gonna treat you to a full line Pendolino run. Why not? Why not? I don't see absolutely. Would you consider running a freight service on the stream? Yeah, of course. Why not? Why not? Now, I should see a lot more freight going on now because I didn't have. I was missing around about 100 freight services, so, or something stupid like that. So we should see them now. Oh, look at that! Hey, look at that! Tons of voyages. Let's go to Newcastle. Where's that going? Plymouth. Plymouth. Right. Shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. I tell you what, I'm also going to treat you to some safety systems. Why not, eh? Why not do some safety systems? Because I hardly do that. So we're going to do it. Why not? I want to make sure that I've got them all turned on there for a start. I don't think it's that one, is it? Is it that one? It's one of these ones. AWS, there you go. I'm going to treat you to just AWS because that's pretty simple. Do the Pride one. I don't have the Pride livery installed. Oh, Pendolinos are nice, aren't they? Absolute stunners. Was it Smethwick Galton Bridge and a 220 and a 221 Voyager past the station on platform 3 or 4? You're at Waterloo, Napoleon did a surrender. It's noisy through here. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's happening there? Oh my goodness gracious me. Let me report that. Oh dear. I'm going to make a note of that. My goodness gracious me. What happened there? Dear me. I've never had such a siege moment. Anyway, got these TDE U-boards which are fully functional. Very cool indeed. There you go. Very nice. Lovely stuff. If you just get your speakers for the game and attach them to a dog trained to run past you on command, you can achieve Doppler and the mods that lack it. Hope my idea helps. I still think it's absolutely bonkers, that reasoning. I won't lie. You might come back, but bye for now. Thank you for coming in, HS1. I much appreciate it. Much appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in. Oh, it's a fast run up to Crewe as well. Happy days. Come on in. Let's go. Whenever I'm in New Street, I always know when the Voyagers are there. Yeah, because they are noisy. What was really good as well, if anyone that missed it on Monday, I did actually get joined by Kieran from All Aboard Studios. And he said that the Voyagers' sounds were actually improved based on feedback of what it sounded like in Birmingham New Street. So the loudness of the Voyagers, you can very much thank All Aboard for. Also, my beloved 323. Oh, it was fun driving you for a few years along the line, but now we're ditching you. We're ditching you for the West Coast Main Line. I like when the train passed, my mum got kind of scared. We're going to crash Richie, only put on the AWS. That's the only safety system I'll do live. I'm not going to do any of the German stuff. It upsets me. It doesn't like me. They win in looks. They are stunning trains. They really are. I'm excited to believe that the 805 add-on pack will be included with Jetwash's timetable for West Coast Main Line South. I don't think it's Jetwash's, I think it's Forks' timetable. But yes, it's still going to be a pretty decent timetable. So it's going to have 12 car 350 formations. If you're on PC, you can probably get a sound mod. The issue is, though, I don't have that many issues with the Pendolino sounds, if I'm 100% honest. I don't really think they sound too off. To be honest, sounds don't really bug me that much. So that's why I don't really comment on them, because for me, it sounds right. Unless it really doesn't. Like, for example, when an electric train sounds like a diesel train, that's not great. I point those sorts of things out, but I don't ever... Other sounds I think sound pretty decent to me. I don't get overly worked up about sounds. Do 323 still run on Cross City, or are the 730s out? It's now been fully replaced by the 730s as far as I'm aware, but this timetable set in 2019, so it's actually representative. And I'm glad about that, because like I say, 2019 is more when I live there, so I know it better. Got a question. Why did the Birmingham New Street announcement services stopped expect delays, cancellations and alterations? Why did they not do that? Because the situation is, it might do delays, it won't do cancellations, because realistically trains don't get cancelled in Train Sim World, because otherwise... Anyway, trains don't get cancelled in Train Sim World. There's not a way to do that. There may be in like a scenario, but like from an actual timetable point of view, all the trains are designed to run. Otherwise, you get people in the forum saying, "Oh, they've not got all the services." Anyway, they're all designed to run, so they won't get cancelled. As for platform alterations, there isn't a way to do that, and like I say again, the timetable's scripted with the trains to go to a certain platform. That's realistically how the game works. So. It wouldn't be possible to do alterations, and it wouldn't be... The announcement system works off what's actually happening in the game, so it wouldn't do that. You're going to go now? Might pop back in later. It's nice to see you live again. Thank you for coming in, Jaden. Much appreciated. Have a good rest of your evening, mate. I've seen the Together We Roll livery on the 807. I must admit, I've never seen those trains in real life. I've seen the 805 because it went through York, which was funny. Pisa B incoming. No. If a King's Cross route on the East Coast Main Line came out from Donny down to King's Cross with the 801 and 91, I would buy it straight away. I'd say set your expectations pretty low for that, because there would never be a King's Cross to Doncaster route in one route. Maybe at a push, King's Cross to Peterborough, but that's still a pretty big offering. But I agree. I would like to see some form of the East Coast Main Line South in game. I think it'd be a really nice addition. I'm curious, what route or rolling stock would you like to see announced in the future from a country not already in or coming to the sim? Personally, I'd like to see the Swedish X2000. It's got to be a bullet train. Japanese bullet train, yes please. That would be 100% up there for me. I'd also like to see, because I've done a bit of research on it, I'd love to see an Australian commuter train. I think that'd be really cool as well. Mainly because it'd make TSD very happy. We still see the WMR 730s between Bletchley and Euston. Yeah, yeah. So for me, if the 730 came out, it'd be great. Don't get me wrong if the 730s came to game, but I'm very upset that the 323s are gone. So it would upset me. You think All Aboard did a fantastic job of this route? They 100% did. And I will always say, go and watch the interview I did with them, because it really puts into perspective what work has gone into this. And I really hope that the issues that they faced yesterday with the builds hasn't put them off, because I'd like for them to do something else. I really would. yeah, they're showing a lot of potential as a third party, in my opinion. You're 100% sold on more West Coast mainline and East Coast mainline. Why do the 91 sound like Pendolinos? I don't think they do. I think the sounds are quite different, to be honest. What do you think will be more likely to get as a potential future DLC? West Coast mainline South, Milton Keynes to Birmingham, or East Coast mainline King's Cross to Peterborough? That's a good question. I mean, theoretically, both are possible. Out of the two, I'd probably want to see the West Coast mainline, because again, it's Birmingham, and I'm biased about Birmingham. But I think from a request point of view, I think East Coast mainline South would be the more favoured choice if they were going to do it. However, I just don't see how East Coast mainline South would be able to do King's Cross all the way up to Peterborough, because that's a massive route and it's a big ask. The issue is, right, people when they say, oh yeah, we've had longer routes, you've got to think the station density on that route is pretty insane. I mean, there's a lot of stations on that route. You know, it's a situation that it's a lot of miles and it's a lot of stations. So, do I feel like we'd ever get the full East Coast mainline South section? Unlikely. Maybe possibly we could see something like, it'd be a bit random, but King's Cross to Stevenage, for example. That could be a bit more feasible, because it's around about 40-45 miles, and it's also around about an hour long run in certain stock. I don't know how it would work. I just don't think that full, what is it, almost 80 miles and like 20 odd stations, I just don't see that happening. But who knows what happens. There's all sorts of things that we could speculate about, and I may be completely wrong, but who knows, anything can happen. Driving the Melbourne Metro trains would be odd as a passenger of it. Pretendolino. I'm sorry, but they should have done King's Cross Peterborough instead of East Coast Mainline Peterborough Doncaster. I can imagine that was within their scope, but this is what I'm saying, right? It's from a developer's point of view, I can imagine that route would be probably hell to make because it's massive. Are you excited for the Czech route? Yeah, I'm excited to give a new country a go. I was the same when Austria came to the game. I was the same when the Netherlands came to the game. It's always good to see new regions represented. Because it means, theoretically, you know, we can start growing the game to new audiences. This is why I'm very excited for the Japanese route, because it's going to bring in a whole market that we've not... Whoa! Boy, Jay. A whole market that we've not had in Train Sim World before. Let's go. Big claim, but I think All Aboard Studios is like the modern version of Just Trains with the amount of detail. I wouldn't disagree with you. How you doing, Thomas? Hope you're doing well. Have you seen or ever... Hold on. Have you ever seen the ROG or GBRF 93s or 99s? Yes, I have, in person. I saw the 93s and the 99s at the Greatest Gathering. I mean, why did New Street announcements services shut down expect delays, alterations and cancellations in real life? I don't know what you mean by that, sorry. How you doing, Fred Zillers? Hope you're doing well. Have you seen a Pretendolino? I think I've seen the meme before. I think Northgate could be a good... I think Newark Northgate could be good up to Lincoln. Yeah, that would be a good route. I'd like to see that. It would make Matt happy putting Nebworth in hypothetically. I think they should end it at Nebworth. That would be really funny. Because then that way you wouldn't be able to pass Nebworth. How you doing, Joe? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Bad news for Xbox? Why? What's happened with Xbox? Voyager jump scare. I know, very much so. I was really upset last night, Joe. I was busy up until around about 10 o'clock, and I saw you were streaming, and I was going to hop in and say, give you my 2 cents on this route, because obviously, because I'm a brummie, you can imagine I'm very happy about it. And then you stopped being live, and I was like, oh no, can't join. But whilst Joe is here, and also we've got cucumbers in the chat as well. I've seen your message, by the way. I'm going to announce it. So at some point, the dates are to be confirmed, but there is going to be a rather large collaboration project between me, some of the ambassadors, and some other content creators, where we're going to be doing a relay race, which is going to be a streamed relay race. I won't tell you dates yet, because it's going to be soon, but yeah, it's going to be quite cool. Basically, what we're going to do, and I think I'm going to broadcast it on my channel, is we're going to do each, like, a section of a route, maybe a couple of stations, one person does it, and then we're very much then going to jump across to the next person's footage and then do it again. So there's a very exciting big collaboration with around about 10 of us. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and there's going to be plenty of announcements on it. Aberdeen to Penzance would be a good route. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, expect it to take about 20 years to make. You can't wait to see more from All Aboard Studios and not just the 805. How you doing, Andrew? Hope you're doing well. Super excited for the Czech and Japanese routes. The more countries we get in Train Sim World makes it more world. Yeah, that's correct, but also you've got to bear in mind that the reason it's called Train Sim World is because it's an open world, not because it's worldwide. All good, thanks you. Yeah, very, very, very good. It's Wednesday. It's almost Friday. It's almost the end of the week. I've got the post-holiday blues, unfortunately, and yeah, I'm going from 27 to 28 degrees to 10. It's depressing, but other than that, I'm very happy. I mentioned you were the local brummie. Thank you for the mention. But yeah, as you can imagine, I am very, very happy with this route. I think it's sick. I really do. Especially this Birmingham to Wolverhampton section. I know it like the back of my hand. I genuinely feel like this route is my Brighton main line. And I know you'll understand that. You got 99001 at 5 AM and 93002 on a 175 transfer. 175s are being transferred by freight trains. They're diesel powered, can't they transfer themselves? If anyone's watching Rex, if anyone was watching Rex tonight, I know that. Oh, let me read that again. If anyone was watching Rex tonight, I know what just happened to the live stream. It's just crashed. Not sure. I'm not sure. You know it well, hoodless as well. Well, I'm not quite hoodless on this. I need to start learning hoodless. More so, I can say, haha, I can do hoodless next year to you. But yeah, I struggle with. I like the information for me. That's my. I know that the information is there, but I like the hood. It's also good for the viewers. I could probably do hoodless though. I'm starting to be a bit more reliant on signals as opposed to the track monitor. I'm tempted to do what you do and change it to grey, but that's very difficult when you're streaming because I get easily distracted. He's just good at driving routes. At what point, after Metro Rivals, do you think Dovetail will leave Train Sim World's routes fully in the hands of third-party developers and start working on a potentially new Train Sim game using the Unreal 5 engine? If that was to ever happen, I think we've easily got another half a decade of Train Sim World. I genuinely don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. And I say that because it's in a strong position, is Train Sim World. As much as there's a few bugs and a few build errors and whatever else, I genuinely think Train Sim World is in quite a strong place. I feel like Train Sim World 5 especially was very, very strong. So hopefully 6 lives up to that. But I think with the addition of third parties, we're getting kind of the... Like Train Simulator Classic, for example, was really, really good, and obviously had loads of third parties. But this is now reaching new heights, new reaches. Let's say there's people I know who have little interest in trains and have said to me, I've been playing this game called Train Sim World, and it's quite interesting because it's quite relaxing. My cousin, who has no interest in trains, plays it. My stepdad, who has no interest in trains, plays it because it's on console. So I think the console plus third party combination is meaning that the game is very, very strong at the minute, in my opinion. What's a penguin's favourite ice cream flavour? Pistachio. They actually quite like a strawberry ice cream. I would know because when I work with the penguins, they like the strawberry ice cream. The 175s are being loco hauled to Wolverton for work pending on their Great Western Railway transfer. Got ya. It's going to be so weird seeing them in their GWR livery. It's nice having the hood. It makes this my cosy game, especially with the hood on the 390 and the 395. I agree. I mean, we could fully do it. That's not the right one. Press the wrong button. We probably could do it. Like, for example, I know it's 15 coming into Wolverhampton because it's a green signal now. I think it's 75 along this line. This line changes a lot between 60 and 75. So I could probably do hoodless. Well, in fact, I could probably do hoodless on the rest of it, to be honest, but I just choose not to. So, like, for example, it's a double yellow, so now I'd probably slow down to around about 45. So we're at break 2 now. That's how I'd normally do it anyway. And then it'll be single yellow after that. May still be a double yellow, but still. I can do a bit of... See, I can do hoodless if I try. I just... The footage I do, the streams and the videos, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Morning, Richie. I feel bad for... That's 30, hold on, bear with me. There you go. So it's yellow. And it'll just be 15 around the corner. Not just yet. Hey, look at this! I'm doing alright here. There we go, 15. Look at that. Hoodless. I can do it if I really want to. I just don't want to. Morning, Richie. I feel bad for all aboard studios. They've put their heart and soul into the route, and Dovetail messes up with the release. I was looking forward to playing it, but now I'll just wait. It's one of them. I feel like you could still support the route because hearing it from all aboard, they're gonna fix it. So I wouldn't. I don't know. It's up to you what you want to do, but I genuinely think some of the issues are really minor compared to some things. And yeah, it's up to you what you do, but I think it's a really good route. How you doing, Comic Book Guy? Hope you're doing well. How you doing, the Grey Wolf, David McLean? Hope you're doing well. What's a skeleton's favourite food? Spare ribs. Boo! Boo! Get out! Would Train Sim World be popular if it was PC only? I don't imagine it would be as popular, if I'm honest. It'd probably still be popular because it's a better engine, but I think it being on console makes it a bigger game. And I say that because I started playing it on the console. And I actually discovered the game through the console because it was recommended to me on the PlayStation Store many moons ago. So yeah, I would say 100% that if it weren't for consoles, the game wouldn't be as popular as it is. And I think as well, because of the financial implications of it being on wider platforms, I feel like it's enticing for more third parties as well, to be quite honest. It's a sad week. Clubs are no longer classed as chocolate bars. I saw that. I did see that, and it's very upsetting. They're now chocolate flavoured bars. But that's the world we live in. Stuff's expensive. So when you're complaining about a 30 quid route, everything's expensive. So in the grand scheme of things, 30 quid on a route, which, let's be realistic, if you was to actually run this route in real life, it'd probably cost you about 20 quid to get between Birmingham and Wolverhampton. So the price you'd pay doing it in real life, you can do it many times virtually. Definitely need hood on at least a mini one. I think I did alright there, you know. I mean, we could probably do it again because, well, it's 125 pretty much the whole way. I support all aboard 100%, but right now it's unplayable on the PS5. I would disagree with you. I've been playing it on the PS5 for a few days now, and I haven't had any issues. I really haven't. The only issue I've had is blurry textures, which, in my opinion, texture issues aren't great, and they shouldn't be there. But realistically, does it make it unplayable? No, not at all. As for crashing, do you know what? I will, hand on heart, I will say I've done around about 350 miles on the PlayStation, and I've not had a single crash. When I first loaded into the route, I loaded in at Crewe. I brought Pendolinos in. You know, I tested it where I could do like quite intense stuff, and I didn't have any issues. I've not had a single crash, and I swear, I 100% swear on that. Having it on console via Game Pass was my intro to the game until I had a decent enough PC to get the Steam version. If I played hoodless, I'd stuff it. Do you know what? I think I did. Do you know what? I'm proud of myself there. Been loving Birmingham Cross City though. They need to remaster that route so we get all the new stock. If you get the Class 170 timetable though, you get that already. And I know you say, well, it's behind a paywall and whatever else, but you know, you get the 170, which you wouldn't get with the base route. So if you get the 170 pack, you actually get it all overhauled. And I believe they are going to be bringing the Voyages into it. So yeah, there is a remaster. Like Joe says, we've already got the time. We've already got the lighting, so the timetable's already there. And I think for 12 quid for a new timetable and a new train, but people will say, "Oh yeah, but it's not a new train though because it already exists." Yeah, just because it's a different operator doesn't mean it's the same train. I was saying to someone, I was saying this the other day, right? My opinion on this, and it's quite a strong opinion, is that if we were to get a South Western Railway route and we got the 450 with it, you lot would all be jumping for joy because of it. And I would say it's great, but some people may even say, but the 450 is the same as the 350. It's a different train. But also, subclasses and different operators of trains, like for example the Dash 5 and the Dash 6 of the 170 are different to the Dash 4. Completely different. Light cluster is different for a start, so it has to be remodeled with that in mind. So just because there's a few differences doesn't mean that they've just copied and pasted it. Literally to build a train. I mean, if you've got any experience of Blender, you'll very well know that it takes a bit of time to build trains. Probably takes as long to make a train as it is to make a route. So when a route comes out and it may have a similar train, just because it's a different operator and it's a game train that we've already got in game, doesn't necessarily mean it's the same model as it was before. It's the same with the 350s on this route. As All Aboard said in the interview, it's fully been ripped apart and put back together again 3 times because it's different versions of it. I had a few crashes on PS5 and a map freeze. I haven't had a map freeze on this route, but I have had map freezes on Train Sim World 5, and it does annoy me. I have reported it, I don't know why that is, but yeah, I have reported that. What's your favourite train? In all the trains in the world, or just in Trains in the World? My Voyager says I have bought the DLC on for 220 on this route, but it works fine. My Voyager says I have bought the DLC for the 220 on this route, but it works fine on Riviera. I don't know what that means. What you mean by that? You might want to repeat yourself. I don't think. Yeah, I don't quite understand the comment. I trust your judgment, Richie. I love your videos and this game. I'm okay with the blurry textures, and they are working on it. I already have the 170 pack, so I don't know that. Oh, so from if I'm reading that correctly, you've already experienced the new timetable for Birmingham Cross City. How you doing, Hannah? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. My favourite train in real life. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I always never know what to say for this. I'm also going to sit back and let the train just drive. Yeah, I never know what to say for this because it's a difficult one. I quite like 170s. 170s are cool. What else? What else do I like? Voyagers are alright, although they smell. Three 323s I've got a special connection with. I quite like a 323. Maybe sprinters. I think sprinters are pretty awesome, to be honest. People get angry when we get the same or similar train on a route that we got before, but if a train is the most common on that route, what else are we supposed to get? Exactly. Preach to that. Preach to that, because the point I made last night of the 350 on this route, well, what else are you going to get on it? A 730? The issue is with the 730 is that you'd need a 2024 timetable for a start, at least a bare minimum. And half the stock that ran on the route in 2019 no longer runs in 2024. So you'd have fundamentally a quieter route or more unrealistic like substitutions or whatever, which is still fine, absolutely. And if that was the case, then so be it. But I think for the amount of gameplay you get with this, the 350 made more sense fundamentally, and I genuinely don't think that's an issue. It's kind of nice playing 5 Circle 2 with all the new announcements. It just feels like a new route. 5 Circle has announcements. I have the 170 pack and didn't know they were adding on to it, so that's a plus. Yeah, but the new timetable's there, so the remaster is essentially there. How you doing, Paul? Welcome to the stream. How are things in sunny Australia? The best train here is the 350 London Midland. I agree. Do you like the Class 91? Oh, yeah, that's up there. It is up there, that. I quite like the 185s. I think they look quite nice. I don't really think I have a favourite train. All I mainly see passenger train wise is the 170 and the 158. Dark? What do you mean it's dark? Is it still like midnight for you? Hold on, let me guess. You are, if I remember correctly, you started shooting around about half 10 my time, which means the other day, which means that you're around about 10 hours ahead of me. So if I'm correct, it's around about 6 AM, possibly. 5 Circle always has an... Oh, yeah, it does. Ignore me. It does have announcements. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Do you know what? It's been a long time since I've touched the 170 on 5 Circle. dark in the UK too. Yeah, it's dark. It's been dark since about 6 o'clock. I hate this time of year. I really do. I like summer, me. The boy can do math. I can math. I'm pretty sure you said the same thing to me in our little podcast. I'm going to be absolutely stung now. Shut up. Shut up. Class 90s are rare. How you doing, Luke? How you doing, Luke Snowball? Hope you're doing well. It'll be even darker soon when the clocks change. No, no. Why would you say that when I'm already depressed about the early nights? You then go throw that at me. That no. I'm yet to get up and check what the storm did outside. Oh dear, have you had a few bad storms? I know you mentioned the other day in the stream that your Halloween decorations are gone kaput. Could you do a current time service after this route? I like driving in the dark. I may not, because it's really a nighttime run is really difficult to stream because it doesn't. You can't really see what's going on, and we may do a late evening run, not a nighttime run. Taserface, I do. I don't agree with everything he has to say. I actually disagree with a lot of what he says, but I do watch his stuff from time to time to see what he has to say. And I am aware that he did mention me once, which I do appreciate. Of course, bit of free advertising you can't go wrong with. It'll make our collabs with the Aussie mate a tad easier. It will do. It will do. Hey, freight service. Nice. So, we may see a lot more freight on this run. Like I say, I didn't have all the freight properly installed, so you should see a lot more of it now. It's a long, long train, that. Getting dark sooner. Starts up Train Sim World journey, sets the date to July. Yeah, you'll see that I always set my services to June, July time, mainly because I still want it to be summer. Oh, this is interesting. Ah, cool. We're having to weave over to the slow line, the fast lines now. I didn't even realise we're on the slow lines. Day runs are nicer in Train Sim World. You can see the train in the station and then the scenery. You've just seen some fireworks outside your bedroom window. I've been hearing loads of them near me. Absolutely loads of them. Only gust up to 80 kilometres was predicting 130. I'm trying to think what that is in what that is in real measurements. 80 kilometres is around about 100 kilometres is 60 miles an hour. 80 kilometres must be around about 45. No, hold on. No, 60 something. I think. No, hold on. What? 100 kilometres is 60 miles an hour. So 80 kilometres must be around about 45 mile an hour. Yeah. That's pretty windy. No one's written my comment. A passenger. Stop it, Luke. The live weather mod has been around since Train Sim World 5. It's not new. Yeah, I have seen that, and that it'd be cool to give that a go. I am tempted to look into it. Dr. DeLorean, I have. I've seen their content as well. Also, Dr. DeLorean, did you celebrate yesterday? You'll also see Norton Bridge. Yeah. Or Kieran spotted that out to me actually. He said it's near the junction, isn't it, towards Stoke, which I think is quite cool. I'm not overly familiar with the Stafford to Crewe stretch, I won't lie. I've never been up here on trains, which is so weird because it's so close to where I grew up. I've never actually travelled up here on train, by train, hold on, couldn't get my words out then. But it's still pretty sick. To the fast lines, yeah, after the Trent Valley. It's nice to see freight trains with a dynamic container load. New Zealand does things to people's minds. Is it crashing every time? What, the stream or the game? There you go. Random fault. Not random fault. Random event. Sorry, I'm being too chatty. No, not at all, Steve. Apologies if I'm not seeing your comment. Contrary to popular belief, it's very hard to read a chat and also stream at the same time. But keep your comments in. I will see them eventually. You want to do a Crewe one? You want to go to Crewe one day yourself to see the APT? That's one reason why I'd want to go to Crewe. There's actually a model APT in this route. I found a few. Have you? The island with the least New Zealand is the best one. I'm being too mean. It's a bit like the England versus Wales chat up here, or England v Scotland, or England v Ireland, or the UK versus Ireland, or England versus France, or England versus Spain. Or it's pretty much England versus everyone. No one likes the English. Did anyone else find the Easter egg in the tutorial for this route? No. Has anyone found any other Easter eggs? I found one, which is quite funny. You've been to Crewe Heritage Centre twice. My name is Ronnie, not Steve. Well, unfortunately, Ronnie, your your username says different. But I'll take your word for it. I think I've just missed Norton Bridge, haven't I? Was it back there? Hold on, let me go find it. In fact, I'll be able to tell by the map. I think was it over there? I have gone past it, I think. I might not have done, but I might have done. Is it over here? Possibly? No, I'm not too sure. It's somewhere anyway. Or it might be around here. Ah, I think that's it there. Yeah, there it is. It's okay. We've not passed it. There you go, Norton Bridge. This is an abandoned station. I think this shut in 2015. I think. So it's very fair. It's fairly recently shut. I love some of the stuff on here. There, stunning. It's a really good route. You want to go to Stamford Bridge to watch Chelsea play? Why would you want to do that? My colleague today, I laughed at him. He said, "Oh, I'm off to go see. I'm off to Old Trafford at the weekend." I was like, "I don't envy you." Is that the word? When you get to Crewe, there is a box on the bridge. Is there now? There's a box on the bridge. Okay, I'll have a little look for that. In the first tutorial, a train passes, and if you look at it on the map, it's called "Don't Look at Me, Focus on the Tutorial." No way! Really? We'll have to have a little look at that. That's quite funny. If anyone was in the stream the other day, when Kieran came in, the other Easter egg was that underneath Crewe, one of the developers at first placed a massive carrot underneath the station for some weird reason. I don't know why, but they just placed a massive carrot underneath the station. It's not there anymore, but that's a fun little insight. This is my first time chatting on the live stream. Well, welcome in, Ronnie. Hope you're doing well. I'll have to make sure to remember that every time. I am back and I have some news. Norton Bridge closed in 2014 but was abandoned in 2017 due to safety concerns. I knew it was around about then. I'm also going to ask a question of what should we drive next? Should we do so we've done Pendolino. The options are, tell you what, the options are 66. We've done the diesel, so we'll do 323. I'll give you 220 as an option. Or do you want to just do some 350 running? It's up to you. But I'll treat you and say we'll do the British Transport Police livery. Choose. Have a pick. Remember when you rolled Rex? Oh yeah. Ronnie, who is Steve? Who is Ronnie? Who is Steve? He's Ronnie Pickering. Ronnie Pickering. Oh, I'm Ronnie Pickering. I'm Ronnie Pickering. Yeah. Memes. Evening, Great Eastern. Hope you're doing well. That's not how you drink water. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry, I'm never gonna say goodbye, I'm never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give you up. There you go. Oh dear. Hey Richie, did you hear about the truck carrying Vicks Vapor Rub that crashed on the motorway? Amazingly, there was no congestion for 8 hours. Boo. You'll have to tell me when we get to Crewe where to find this box. Richie's just rolled 41 people. I'm in bed now, but I'll not go. I'm going to watch this live. Maybe I should start using the APT as my own rickroll. Ah, thanks, Ronnie. I appreciate your kind words. We've known each other for so long. Can we have a bit of Waterloo? Oh my goodness gracious me. No. No, we're not having it. I'll have to dig out one of my karaoke videos and put them in the Discord. I just rejoined the stream and hear Richie singing Never Gonna Give You Up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. It's not a RichyRail stream without a bit of singing, a spad. What else? What else is typical of my streams? An overshoot, of course. Dancing Queen. No, we've not had Dancing Queen just yet. I'll tell you what, it's not comfortable sitting on a chair for as long as I have to. I need to get myself a standing desk, I think. You are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 70. What's your favourite run on this route? Anything between Birmingham and Wolverhampton. Probably more so the runs between... Maybe the 170 runs. I quite like them. The all-stoppers. Some idiot from Australia is kind of normal too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Can I sing Waterloo? No. Of course not. Waterloo. Couldn't escape if I wanted to. Doobie-doo. A doobie-doo-doobie-doo-doobie-doo. A whoa-whoa-whoa-whoa. Art Bakerloo. Doobie-doo-doobie-doo-doobie-doo. I don't actually know the words. For those that didn't hear it the other day, one of my go-to karaoke songs. I've got a new go-to karaoke song this year, and it was Grease by Frankie Valli. What a song. What a tune. I'll sing that for you. Hold on. I'll sing that for you. Ready? I saw my problems and I'll see it right. We got a loving thing, we've gotta feed it right. There ain't no danger, we can go too far. We'll stop believing now that we can be who we are. Greece is the word. And then sing along at home. You sing along at home and you go, Greece is the word, is the word, is the word. It's got groove, it's got meaning, and everyone goes wow, 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 wow. Anyway, that's what I do. And then we do cracking is something shocking when your feet just can't keep still. I never knew me a better time, and I guess I never will. Oh, Lord, yeah, you do all that sort of stuff. And then I complain about my throat hurting for a few days. And then I go back to it and do it again. Do it again. No, I'm not singing other songs. Absolutely not. Nice singing. Thanks, Leon. You hope that we get the Elizabeth line on in Train Sim World one day. As someone who likes VR, do you think they'll have another attempt at another Train Sim World VR game? Honestly, I hope not, because I don't think I think VR's past it now. I think it was a bit of a fad. Wrong account, casual. Wrong account. I'll say thank you for the good words about the singing. It's not good. I'm not a good singer at all. I'll tell you who is a good singer, Shan. When she does karaoke, she does Falling by Alicia Keys, and it's like every time it's goosebumps, because she does the I keep on falling in, all that sort of stuff. I'm not in love with you. She does all that. I can't do it, obviously, as I've just demonstrated. Been a long time. How you doing, Mr. Train Guy? Welcome to the stream. Have you got this fruit? If so, are you enjoying it? Not the wrong account, just chose this one tonight. Oh, there you go. Casual players, everyone, which is RichyRail's alter ego. I never knew people could be so kind, just like you, just because people call me Ginger Biscuit because I have orange hair. Don't worry, when I was growing up, I had really goofy teeth and I was called Bugs Bunny. I was... no, I'm not going to admit that one, actually. I'm not... I was... My family gave me a nickname as a kid. And I'm not going to repeat it here because I can imagine I'm going to get tormented with it for the rest of my YouTube endeavour. So, no, I'm not going to say it. But there was a little nickname I got given because I was good at geography. And that's all I'm saying. I also got the typical one, which obviously my Sunday name, obviously my actual birth name is not Richie, is it? It's my Sunday name's Richard. And what's the shortened version of Richard? You don't have to say it in the chat, but I also got that one a lot. I also got Rich Turd a lot as well, which is interesting. I might have done, Paul. I might have done. Is anyone having a discussion on the forums if the ICE 4 or ICE 3 Neo is coming? I don't know. Maybe one day. If enough people suggest it, it may be considered. That's the situation, right? You can do all this speculation, but the only way you're going to be able to speak about whether something's the only way you're going to be able to solidify something in the game is by putting it on the forums and getting enough people behind it. No, just the 4 letters of that, Samantha. Just the 4 letters. Well, that was a bit sharp, wasn't it? I'm a fireball. Do 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 do. I'm a fireball. You're so kind, I can't believe it. Hey, it costs nothing to be kind. I'm just here playing a game. Oh yes, Taserface, you make a good point. Caltrain, back in the game. I've not installed it. But Caltrain, well not Caltrain itself. It's debranded Caltrain. But Peninsula Corridor is back in the game. Which makes me quite optimistic for the future of, like, if any licenses ever, like, get lost. At least there's that option. So, not all is lost, peeps. Not all is lost. Will we get him to say it, chat? No. I don't want to be tormented with it. I know what you lot are like. Oh. Panic. If you're a fireball, would you be fire superhero with big muscles? I don't know what that means, Leon. Friday next week is the 31st of October. Do you know what day it is? It's Halloween. I have an idea for a stream for Halloween, peeps. You'll want to tune in for that. I've got a really good idea, and you can thank Train Simulator Driver for that. Whilst we've got 3 minutes to wait here, by the way, show me these Easter eggs. Show me these chocolate eggs, please. So you're saying there's a box at the top. I think Dovetail should just extend Dresden to Leipzig and adding the Friedrichstadt branch was so boring. They should have made the ICE4 or something for it. You lot are never happy, are you? Never happy. Oh. Well, you shouldn't be in there. What, another Pendolino? Very busy here, isn't it? Can't believe I'm getting shouted at for the first time ever. Collected that. My local bar offered Fireball for £2. Oh yeah. Love a bit of Fireball. Right, where's this box then? Are you still going to be making videos on your PlayStation? Oh yeah, 100%. I still make videos on the PlayStation. It's just easier to do it from the PC, to be quite honest. I don't have a lot of time. So, doing stuff on the PlayStation is just a lot more convenient. That's cool. Right, this is really, really subtle, but I absolutely love it in UK routes when they get the road markings correct. I absolutely love... Oh, that's not good. I'll take that back. No, I don't take that back. That's just a silly little issue. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm stuck outside the station. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh god. Oh well, there's Crewe Alexandra even. I panicked for a minute now. I thought we were gonna get stuck. No, I don't want to give it up. Dear me. Look at the bus. I daren't look at the bus. I'm not looking at the bus. I know what it says on the bus. I know what it says. I'm not looking at it. Control 0. What does that... Oh, is that going to shut my game down? I never knew that. I never knew that. Don't know why I became Somerset then, but... Yeah, I know what the bus says. What's that first step? Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Oh dear. I'm sure that's been noted. Right. Anyway, return to free roam. Let's get out of this godforsaken thing. What were I doing? How do I get back? I have locked the doors in there. Anyway. I didn't see what the bus looked. No, we're not looking at... No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's not happening. If you want to look at the bus, you've got to go and purchase the route yourself. That's the deal. I want to see a box. Where's the box? Don't do it from far away. Control 0 does weird things. The bus doesn't say anything on it, look. There's nothing on the bus. No, there's nothing. Right, anyway, what was I going to say? Road markings. That's what I was saying before I disappeared. Dropped crossings. I know a thing or two about dropped crossings, and I like how they've implemented that. Really, really stupid, but behind you. Ah! Is that a collectible? No way! It's a collectible! Luke! Look! Look! I never knew that! Why has that not been mentioned? Oh my god! Also, I think if you scan that, it goes. If you scan that, where does that go? Hold on. Let me try that. Ah, clever. I like it. I like that. Guys, go scan that link. It was model. It's there. Luke. I am right now doing. I'm doing actions to you now, Luke. If you now mention the APT once more, it's there. Because it's an Easter egg, yeah. Anyway. Well, anyway, let's go. Let's go. What are we doing next? There's nothing on the bus. That's it. I never knew that. They never told me that. Hello from New Zealand. How are you doing? Hello. Right. Carry on deciding what we're going to do next. The options are between a freight service, the 323, the 350 in British Transport Police livery, or the Voyager. Whilst you lot are deciding that, I'm going to very quickly pop to the toilet in very true RichyRail fashion. And it wouldn't be a RichyRail stream without me going to the toilet. So I'll be right back. Decide amongst yourselves what we're doing. And I am back. Welcome back to me. Right. What we're doing? 38 votes. Tinkle stuff. Anyway. I wasn't muted then, was I? Was I muted?